You answered it. That is why you are still here. That is why your account looks the same this year as it did last year. That is why you feel the invisible hand pushing other people forward while you stand still, waving at them from the same spot. You answered the question. And the worst part is, you didn't even know you were taking a test. You thought you were just having dinner. You thought you were just catching up with an old friend. You thought you were being polite. But in that moment of politeness, you gave away your power. You handed over the keys to your financial psychology. You let someone else inside the room where your money lives. And once they're in, you can never get them out. You believe you are stuck because of the economy. You tell yourself some people were born near the starting line while you were born near the back. You blame the system, you blame your boss, you blame the timing. This belief is warm, it is comforting. It lets you sleep at night because it says, it's not my fault. But here's what that belief actually does. It blinds you. It stops you from seeing the moments when you threw your own money away. Not on bad investments, not on scams, not on crypto. You lost money on something far more ordinary. Something you did in a conversation on a Tuesday evening with a glass of wine. You spoke when you should have stayed silent. Let's look at exactly how this happens, because I know you. I know you because I used to be you. There are 3 traps, and you have walked into at least one of them this month. Trap number 1, the friendly colleague. You're at work, maybe lunch. A coworker complains about their rent. Then they pivot. They ask, so, are you saving anything these days, or is it just impossible? It feels like bonding. It feels like us against the management. So you answer. You say, yeah, I managed to put away 10 grand this year. Snap. The trap shuts. Now every time you buy a nice lunch, they watch you. Every time you complain about a bill, they judge you. You just gave them a benchmark to measure their own failure against. You are no longer a friend. You are a mirror of what they haven't done. Trap number 2, the family concern. It's the holidays. An uncle or parent asks, so how's that little business idea going? Making any real money yet? They say it with a smile, but you feel the edge. You want to prove you're doing well. You want their respect. So you inflate the numbers. You tell them the revenue, not the profit. You tell them the projection, not the reality. Now you have a deadline. Now if you fail, you don't just lose money, you lose face. You've added psychological weight to a backpack that was already heavy enough. Trap number 3, the old friend catch-up. You haven't seen them in years. They talk about their new car, their promotion. You feel small, so you drop a number. You mention your portfolio size. You mention the house you're planning to buy. You did it to compete, but all you did was expose your hand at a poker table where you didn't need to bet. Why do we do this? Why is it so hard to just shut up? It's because you were raised to be a good student. From age 5 to 18, you were trained. When a teacher asks a question, you answer. If you know the answer and you stay silent, you are bad. If you hide your work, you are cheating. Transparency was rewarded. Secrecy was punished. So now, as an adult, when someone asks a financial question, your brain reverts to the classroom. You feel a deep primal urge to submit your homework. You want the gold star. You want someone to look at your life and say, good job, you're doing it right. Wealthy people do not have this defect. Wealthy people unlearned school. They know that in the real world, information is not homework. Information is leverage, and you do not give away leverage for free. Let me show you the cost, and I don't mean social cost, I mean money. When you tell people your numbers, you create the expectation tax. If you tell your family you're doing well, the expectation to help out rises. The loans that never get paid back start appearing. The guilt trips start. If you tell your friends you're struggling, the pity tax kicks in. They stop inviting you to the expensive dinners. You lose the network. You lose the opportunities because they decided for you that you can't afford it. But the biggest cost is internal. When you talk about your wealth goals, I'm going to make 100K, I'm going to buy that house, your brain releases dopamine. It gives you the satisfaction of the achievement before you've done the work. You trick your own chemistry. You get the reward without the sweat. And once you have the reward, the hunger dies. The motivation evaporates. You talked your success to death before it was even born. So what do? Because they will ask. The question is coming. Tomorrow, next week, at Christmas. How much do you make? What did that cost? Are you rich yet? You need a script. You need a defense mechanism that doesn't look like a jerk but keeps the vault door closed. Here's what the wealthy say. Option 1, the dull deflection. They ask, what are you making these days? You say, enough to pay the bills but not enough to buy an island yet. How about you? Make it boring. Be uninteresting. Option 2, the grandparent pivot. They ask, how much do you have in the market? You say, I try not to look at it. It drives me crazy. I just focus on work. Play dumb. Smart people love playing dumb. It makes the other person feel superior, and while they're feeling superior, they stop looking for your treasure. I'm not telling you to become paranoid. I'm not telling you to lie to your spouse. I am telling you that your financial journey is a seed. If you dig up a seed every day to show your neighbors how much it's grown, it will die. It needs darkness. It needs silence. It needs to be left alone to do its work underground. You do not owe anyone a report on your life. You do not owe anyone transparency. Let them wonder. Let them guess. Let them think you're struggling or lucky or boring. Let them talk. You just build.